So it's barely 3 in the afternoon, and you're already very sleepy, exhausted, and unwilling to do anything but lie in your bed and scroll endlessly through TikTok for hours on end. In short, fall into a trance. Maybe that's the cause of your fatigue, cell phone addiction. But what does that have to do with being tired all the time? First, I'm going to answer that question with another one. Did you know that cell phones can become leeches on our energy? Yes, that's right. Think about it. Every time you unlock your phone, your brain sends a signal of fatigue. And why is that? Because digital activities like checking social media are designed to make us release a lot of dopamine, the pleasure neurotransmitter. Think about it. How many times a day do you check your phone? And how much energy do you think you're spending on activities that don't produce long-term results? Maybe it's time to cut back on that digital exposure and regain our motivation. How about trying a dopamine detox 1 day a week? That is, stop feeding your brain easy rewards and see how your perspective changes. The routine. You're probably not a fan of routines, and I get it. We're creatures of habit by nature. If every day is an adventure with no structure, you're depleting your willpower and discipline from the start. Routines are not just for happy flowers of gentle mornings. They are for all of us, even productivity warriors. Let's simplify with an example. Someone who wakes up and randomly decides what to do. That person is using up their mental resources from the start. Now think about someone who has a morning activation routine that prepares them for the day. Guess who has more energy and motivation? Get your sleep hours right. Sleep is like our battery, and many of us ignore when it's about to run out. Wake up, friends. Sleep phases are divided into approximately 1.5-hour circadian cycles. Sleeping between 7 and 9 hours, going to bed and waking up at the same time is key. Someone without a regular or scheduled bedtime is likely to suffer from sleep disruption. When they really want and need it, it will be difficult, and when they need their energy, they won't have it. This person is playing Russian roulette. Now think about someone who follows a consistent sleep routine. A rested brain is an active mind. Exercise and nutrition. And here comes the unstoppable duo of balanced diet and an active physical life. Exercise and nutrition are like recharging our body's batteries. The paradox is that by expending energy on exercise and narrowing down the time window in which we eat, we actually increase our energy. Imagine yourself exercising early in the morning. How do you feel afterwards? Energized and ready to take on the day. Now think about someone who eats constantly throughout the day. Usually, these are disorders, perhaps due to anxiety or even some emotional situation. Of course, these are issues that should be addressed with professionals, as emotional health plays a fundamental role. Taking care of yourself mentally and physically is equally important. If you try to avoid these worries every day, they will always attack you from underneath. That's why you need to take the first step and tackle them head on. The social environment. Have you noticed how the people around you affect your energy level? Choose your tribe wisely. If you're surrounded by downbeat people, it's time to seek out positive influences like this humble channel. Remember that feeling when you get when you're around exciting friends? That when you tell them things that excite you, they feel the same way? These are the kind of people you need in your daily life, not your ex who reminds you of sad moments. Now think about spending time with people who only give you negativity. How do you feel afterwards? You can't paint a rainbow with shades of gray, can you? How to do more in less time. How do we get more done in less time? Let's continue with the idea of cell phone addiction. Limit the time you spend on your devices and you'll see your energy and motivation skyrocket. Establish solid routines to save energy on simple decisions and use it for what really matters. Imagine having 2 identical days. On the first, you constantly check your social media. On the second, You limit your use and follow a structured routine. Which day do you think you'll get more done? Advantages and benefits of following these tips. Now let's talk about the benefits. By following these tips, you'll not only have more energy and motivation, but you'll also experience a more balanced, productive, and happy life. Just wake up every morning feeling like you have a full day of possibilities. That's what's in store for you. Imagine a week where every day is productive, full of accomplishments, and with enough energy to enjoy your passions. Doesn't that sound amazing? That's the promise of following these tips. Lack of energy is not an inevitable fate. It's a sign that something in our lives needs to change. Limit your time with technology, embrace routines, prioritize sleep, exercise, watch your diet, and surround yourself with people who lift you up. Turn that fatigue into a life of energy and accomplishment. You don't have to follow the formula to the letter, but using at least 2 or 3 of these tips to get started can help.